going on? Mid-South, what's up? 351, how you doing, buddy? I'm a few minutes early, I think. Let's see here. Just a few minutes. I'm just sitting down, so I still got a bait up. Get myself situated. Good stuff. Put you right there for a minute. You out of the way. Put you in there. That's about right down here. For a minute at least. Let me open up the handy dandy cooler. I got some night crawlers. And some bluegill. We're going to see how that flies today. Skipjack have not been it for me lately. Pliers out of my pocket before I stab myself with them. So we're going to try some bluegill. I didn't have time to get them fresh today. I caught these Thursday. So they're not that old. They've been frozen. But they're not a week old yet, about half a week. They've been in the cooler all day. They're just starting to thaw out, so they should be in good shape. You can go back down in there. Cooler, you make a good cutting board. And I tell you, these doggone bluegill will offend you even when they're frozen. I know one thing, my knife is not sharp enough. My knife needs to be sharpened. I'm going to start off with some smaller baits just to see. There we go. Come here, towel. Look at that. I actually remembered a towel today. Hello, my fishing. Well, Mid-South, it's going to depend. On Mondays, we have a meeting at church that I go to. But if the fish are biting, I might be enticed to skip it. Word is, fish are biting here today. We're going to find out whether that's true or not. But that's the word. I've been on a rough spell. Well, I shouldn't say it. I'm kind of starting to come off of my rough spell. But I had a bit of a rough run for catfish. So, I should have cut the fin off of that. But that's all right. We'll leave it on there and see. They eat them with the fin on them in the wild, right? When they're fresh, they eat them fin on. Doggone, we got 26 people done in this room. Appreciate everybody joining in. Let me step down here and cast this one out. Try not to fall on this doggone riprap. I believe that was in a good spot where y'all can see it. No, it's not, is it? Turn it this way just a little dab. There we go. You can see that one. We're going to put a night crawler on this one. Hey! Looks like Kentucky Lake Fisherman is down there fishing. He said he might be down here. What's up, Dominic? Got Dominic on the boat with him, too. How many have you caught? Got a boat full? We get a night crawler on here and I'll catch up with y'all if there's any comments I'm missing. If there's not, well, I won't catch up with you. I'll call those two up there on the other phone here, see what they're doing. For those of y'all that are familiar with where I'm fishing here below Barkley Dam, you know I like fishing this current seam out here. I don't know why half the time I don't catch anything. Dominic says nothing yet. So it's Kentucky Lake Fisherman. Doggone. Macaroni and cheese, what's up? Macaroni and cheese. I like the hot dogs and bologna. Chilling with my homies off of Fortnite with the macaroni. I can't remember the exact words to it. It's funny though. Oh, that burned my thumb. Where am I going here? Let's see. Where you want to go, Paul? What about right there? No, it's too close to the down in there. I think that'll work. All right, let me see if y'all can see those poles. Oh, let's see. Yeah, y'all can see both of them. We may have something trying to play with that already, or it could just be settling in on the bottom. Y'all know that watch me out here know that I got the doggone Asian carp that'll bump into those lines constantly, making me think we got a fish. That right there actually getting a little nibble already, and that one is too. That night crawler down there, we expect it to have a little bit of action. Let me call these yahoos up the way here. I'll let y'all listen in. If he answers. What are you doing?
Try and get these damn suckers to take it, not just peck at the shit.
Yeah, I'm getting a little. I just threw the mine out, and I'm getting pecked at like crazy on this one with the. I put night crawlers and bluegill out.
Dominic's went down and kept going, then all of a sudden just let up.
Huh? Tell him that it does that when it hits the bottom.
That's why I said.
All right. What's up, Dominic? I hear you there. Well, I'm waiting for a bite here. I got two poles out and both of them are getting nibbled on. Nothing's wanting to take it though.
Yeah, we've had stuff take ours down and not even take it.
Yeah. It looks like maybe one of those days. Maybe plenty of Asian carp in here hitting on them too. You never know.
Well, I've seen probably about 25 gars.
Oh, yeah. Good night for gar then. All right. Well, I'll get off here and let y'all go. I'll holler at you if we catch one. Let me know if y'all get into them.
All right.
All right. Later.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
All right. Oh. Sorry, I was hitting a button there. Let me find y'all on this phone, see if I can catch up with chat. I'll get my big head out of the way where y'all can see the poles. Y'all will see them bouncing like crazy over there. Assuming there's anybody commenting on them. There's almost always somebody's going to comment on those poles bouncing. I pretty much ignore them unless they bend over. Where is my stuff? Oh, wait a minute. I got to turn my internet back on. I got internet turned off for YouTube because YouTube, for some reason, was trying to burn up all my data. I got a feeling about it today, though. I feel like we're going to be catching some fish. What do y'all think? Hey, Braden, how's it going, man? We are in Kentucky, below Barkley Dam. You're on the western end of the state. What part of the world are you in there, Braden? Turn this thing off. Oh, come on back here, phone. Braden's in Indiana. Uh-oh. I thought he wanted to take that one down there. It caught out of the corner of my eye. Well, Braden, I don't know what part of Indiana you're in, but we're not terribly far away from it. I'm about 2 hours away from the southern end of the state. Come on now. So what I started to say earlier, and I kind of stopped because I was getting preoccupied. I've got a current seam out here that I fish that is looks like it's laid out there pretty good today. I've got this first pole closest to me here that's getting tapped on. I got it just this side of the current seam, and that other pole I put right in the current seam. Now, one downside here, I got some pretty decent sized hooks on here. When I fished this last time, there was we caught 7 fish, but they were all small. Those hooks may be just a little big if the small fish are what's in here. Braden says he's from Liberty, Indiana. All right. Once again, I'm sorry, Braden. I don't know where Liberty, Indiana is. Can't say I've heard of it. It's anywhere near Evansville. I know that neighborhood. Something's definitely picking on the bluegill. That's not Asian carp just tapping the line. Something's picking it up on the move with it. But you probably heard Josh say that there's a lot of he's seen a lot of gar in here. East Central Indiana. Okay, yeah, you're pretty good ways from me then. Several hours. Now you're just gonna sit there and tease me with that little twitch thing you're doing. I know. I hadn't been live long enough to be worried about catching a fish, but if you're gonna twitch it, I'd be glad to catch you. One problem with where this close one is, that is snag central. I do expect to have to break it if a fish doesn't get on. That second one down there, I'll probably get it back, but this one, good chance I won't get it back unless a fish takes off with it. He's playing with it. Come on now, I see you pulling on it a little. Mid South, if you're still in here, what have you been up to lately, buddy? Hey, burrito, there's Lisa. How are you doing? Mid South, what I was going to say, I hadn't seen any lives out of you lately. No videos. Come on now, pull it on down. I'm not going to get up from here if you don't actually bend it over. I'll let you play with it. So the other one has gotten tight though. It is possible. It could be something small. I'm going to check that far one. Felt one peck at it. This one right here is pulled out at an angle, almost like it had something wanting to run with it. he's not on there. Some bait stealers, what that is. He was giving it the tap, tap, tap. Let's see if we got much bait left. Oh, actually, there for a minute, it felt like I might have had a fish on it. Yeah, he stole some of it. We'll put it back up there. You lay there right before I fall on you. Let me see if I missed anybody while I was over there playing. Oh, that's work. I got to answer that one. Let me see. All right, now let me get back over here and catch up with y'all. Gotta answer the phone when work calls. You know how that is. There's Dale Hayslip. How's it going, Dale? Appreciate you dropping by. Mid South says we're going to go live after work, but someone else went live, so I don't have to. Well, go live, buddy. Minnow Dunkers, how's it going? I won't be a late live guy. I've never fished too late. You know how it is. Usually an hour and a half, 2 hours is about all you get out of me. After working anyway, I got to go home and get situated, do all that stuff. Let's see. I believe I'm caught up there back to Minnow Dunkers. No fish yet, Minnow Dunkers. We just getting started. I don't know. Been live 15 minutes or so, I guess. 17 minutes it says. And I didn't get poles out to probably 10 minutes ago. Any of y'all that missed them, just up the way here out on the water, we have the Kentucky Lake fishermen. And we have Dominic Hollis. They're out there on the boat fishing. If I catch some fish this evening, if it seems like they're biting, I might be tempted to bring my boat tomorrow afternoon and fish from the boat. Fishing rod is getting messed with. Yeah, let's see. I can't read that other phone. K-Bros. Yeah, dude. I don't recognize your name. You may not have been here earlier when I was saying this. This area has tons of little bait stealers, tons of Asian carp that'll hit the line, and they'll just tap, 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 like that, right there. And I don't hardly get up unless it really starts to bend over, or I feel like there's something small maybe be stuck on the line. And so far, I've not seen anything that made me feel like it was actually a fish. Hey, Cindy, how's it going? Now, Cindy, it's a little windy outside. Be careful going outside. As much weight as you've lost, you might decide to blow away. Old Dominic said he's using the Swain rod. That sounds like it's kind of special. Back up to K-Bros. Appreciate you dropping by, buddy. I don't think I've seen you in here before. Hang out with us. We're going to sit here and see if we can catch a fish. Watch these rods tap like a meth head, twitching. Let's see if I can keep up with y'all. Yeah, it looks like everybody is just saying hi, so I'm not going to worry about keeping up with that for long. We'll watch these poles. I got a feeling. I don't know what it is. I just got a feeling. This time last year, I started getting on them right here in this spot. Every time I came down here, I'd have a good run where I'd catch 3 or 4 fish All of them decent size, you know, up to 20 pounders. Started about mid-August. I say about this time. I may be just a little early, but we're close. So I got faith. In the meantime, I'm going to throw this. I got my bluegill pole here, if I can get this untangled. I'm going to put a little dab of night crawler on here, see if we can't catch a fresh one. The ones I've got for bait out here, I caught Thursday, so they're, what, 4 days old? Wait a minute now. That second rod, I cast it down, and that line is way up here. So either it got caught in a current that pulled it up, or something's messed with it and moved it while I wasn't paying attention. So I go ahead and continue to ignore it. Maybe something really will be on it. I got a little daggone bitty hook here. It won't take much of a night crawler to fill it up. Come here, buddy. Get on there. I thought about bringing a sabiki rig or some jigs and seeing if I could catch a skipjack out here. But I tell you, skipjack just has not been it for me lately. I don't know what's going on with them, but I have just not been able to do much good with skipjack. That far when the line is moving around, I must not have enough of a weight on there. Or there's a small fish swimming it, because it's not bending it at all. I'm going to leave it alone until it decides to do something. Cast this one out there. See if we can't get a fresh bait. Mike Lockhart. How's it going, Michael? From Odessa, Missouri. Just subscribe to your channel. Well, I appreciate that, Michael. Appreciate you dropping by, buddy, hanging out with us this evening. Oh. Well, this thing's got so much current out here, it's taking us. I was reading chat and lost track as bobber was way up there getting into the rocks. I appreciate you dropping by, Michael. Let me catch up with chat here. See if I've missed anybody. I'm sure I have. Dominic caught about 15 here last week. That's good. I'm assuming that was him and Pontoon Jody. The notorious PJ was down here last week with him. Oh, there's a doggone gar. I saw you come up there, gar. You came up and looked at my bobber. Mike's a big cat fisherman himself. Well, let me tell you something, Mike. I'm a little cat fisherman. I wouldn't mind catching them big ones. But here lately, I've been happy with whatever wanted to bite. And this little spot right here gets so many little taps like that. Just drive you nuts. That far one, something's messing with it. But I'm not going to get my butt up till you decide to bend over. You can just sit there and twitch all you want. And gar, you can just go away. I don't need what you're selling. Actually, you know what? Now that line is completely slack, I'm going to go down there and look at that far one. Could be a small fish on it that just can't bend it over. Because it's moving all around and getting slack. That or it's caught in some sort of eddy and I don't have enough weight on it. I don't have a lot of weight on it. Better check the bait. And there they carp fell. I may end up having to put more weight on. That's not go quite so far out. I think that one was caught up in an eddy or something that kept moving it around. I don't have a lot of weight on here. Everybody has a little different opinion on weights. And most people want to peg them on the bottom. But it seems like, and this may just be me looking for something, looking for an opportunity or a reason. But it seems like when I fish with the heavy weights here, it doesn't do as good. With a lighter weight, it's got that real strong current seam running out there. It seems like maybe it will get up and move around a little bit and find the fish. That may just be a stupid thing to say, but that's why I don't put real heavy weight on there. Let's see. Mike Lockhart says, I helped a little 3-year-old girl catch her very first channel cat on the 4th of July weekend. Dude, that is pretty daggum cool. I like fishing with the kids. I took the grandson out, the oldest one out, for his first trip on the boat just a couple weeks ago. He had a blast. We went jugging. It was 4th of July weekend, and it was just too rough to try and sit still really and do any fishing. So we threw some jugs out and just rode around on the boat, waited for the jugs. And he caught 2. Well, I told him he caught them. He helped pull them in. How's that? And both of them were about as big as he is, which isn't saying much. He's not a real big fella. But he was tickled to death. He said he thought one of them was a shark. Come on, phone. Looks like we got 19 people hanging out in here. I appreciate y'all hanging out with us. I keep saying it, but I just got the itch. I got a feeling the fish are going to be here this evening. Something done picked at this one when I had it out there. Something just about stole my bait. Probably while I was playing on my phone, not paying attention. I'm not going to put much more bait on here, though. If you missed me earlier, I've got bluegill on this closest rod and a night crawler on the far one. Last time I was here, I had skipjack and a night crawler, or a skipjack and night crawlers, and they caught even, 50-50. But here lately, since then, I haven't been doing any good on skipjack, so thought I'd try something different with the bluegill. Needs some shad. This time of year, the warmer weather, I got a feeling the shad is what they like. Josh and I were talking about that earlier today. He talked to somebody that did good on shad. See, it's a nice day here, somewhat cooler, and Josh says, yeah, nice out here. It is nice out here. Hard to beat this, especially for the daggum middle of August. Sitting here in the middle of August, I'm not sweating. That is abnormal. They're still just twitching away. Keep going down there, Mr. Bobber. That bobber's about to hit that current seam. And it'll probably shoot that way at 100 miles an hour. I don't know if any bluegill would be sitting around that current stream, but you never know. Come on now. Give a fella a fish. Just one, that's all I want to begin with. She couldn't, Mike says she couldn't hardly hang on the fishing pole. That's fun. I bet she had a ball. Next thing you know, you're going to be getting that phone call. When can we go fishing again? That's the way that usually goes. Dadgum Gar, I saw you. Gar's flopping around here like crazy. Come on back this way, Bubba. I should be getting something to bite that thing. There's a little pocket right up here. There's not a 6-foot indention in the bank or in this riprap, but I really thought there'd be a bluegill in it. A bluegill or 10. Let's see. 17 people in here, and it says 12 thumbs up. If y'all enjoying yourself, be sure and hit that thumbs up for me. Let's see, Mike, what kind of reels do you have on your fishing poles? Those two over there have Piece of Fun 60s. I've had them for about 3 years, and have had pretty good luck out of them. They're not an Abu or a pin, nothing like that. But for the money, I think they were $50 a piece. They were okay. One of them is great. I've had 0 complaints. One of them, I have only one complaint. If I'm fishing in current and I want to leave the clicker on, it's not strong enough to hold itself in current. It'll just peel everything right off. The other one, I've not found any current that wouldn't hold itself. I saw that over there. So got some worm on here. I got a little nibble down there. That's why I reeled that in. Come on now, one of y'all needs to do something. Mike, what rivers you fish? It seems like the current's picked up all of a sudden. I don't know if they turned on another generator or what. We definitely got to change. I can actually hear it now. I couldn't hear it earlier. Of course, I'm half deaf, so I don't hear much of anything. When I say half deaf, I'm probably more than half deaf. Half meaning only half of my ears work. My right ear don't work. So there's definitely been a change in the sound of the current. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Right here, getting a little bend to it. Let me reel this one in case I got to jump. I had a little steady bend. I thought it might be a fish. I actually won't play. I'll put that right away. No, it's not. It's all right. Fish at the Odessa City Reservoir below the dam. All right. W.H. Schumacher says, what did you say? Well, I'm from Kentucky, so you probably can't understand me even if I told you. But this closest rod here actually bent just a little bit. Like it might actually be a fish on it. But since then it has eased up. I was going to get up and grab it just in case. They're twitching like crazy. There's tons of bait fish in here, plus Asian carp just constantly hitting these lines. Let's see, W.H. Shoemaker, I don't believe I've seen you in here. Appreciate you dropping by if you're new. Yoke, that's probably a word I made up. You never know what kind of words I'm going to make up. My wife grew up around the military her dad's military, so she was around people from all over the world. And she says I say some of the strangest things at times. Make up Western Kentucky words. Now, y'all catfishing poles should be disappointed because I'm watching this bluegill rig down here because you're not bending over. You'd actually bend over like you had a fish on, you got to pay attention to you instead. Let's see. Almost caught a huge flathead there 2 weeks ago. Good deal. I don't get too many flatheads around here, Mike. I mean, there's some around here, but I rarely catch a flathead. I think last year I caught 3 flatheads right here. And then I think the biggest one was 10 pounds. And Schumacher says, when I said, what did you say? I'm not sure, buddy. I don't understand. Dave O says, good to see you again, Kevin. Hadn't seen you since running into you catching skips there in May. Well, hey, Dave. Good to see you, buddy. I haven't been after the skips lately. Been too hot for them. They are kind of hit and miss right now, from what I hear. Like I say, I don't have a first-hand report because I haven't even tried. I've still got a bunch in the freezer. But I haven't been catching anything on skipjacks lately. What about you? You been having any luck? What river am I on? I'm on the Tennessee River. I'm sorry, not the Tennessee River. The Cumberland River. Tennessee's the next one over. I am fishing below Barkley Dam, which is off of Lake Barkley. Where I'm at on the Cumberland, it flows, I don't know, another 10 miles or so into the Tennessee, which then goes to the Ohio, then to the Mississippi. Not much luck post spawn. Been working too much lately anyhow. I hear that, Mike. I was kind of that way there for a while. I missed a couple weeks where I just didn't fish much. And it was just too much work and too hot. Fish just weren't biting. And I still haven't been setting the world on fire. We fished Saturday and averaged a fish an hour. And I was marking fish. We were in the boat Saturday up on the lake. And we were seeing fish left and right, just marking them everywhere we went, but we could not get a bite. At the boat ramp, there's a couple other guys bringing their boats in, same time I was. I talked to them. One of them caught one fish, another one didn't catch anything. So I think it was just a slow day. Tell you what, I've been here 38 minutes and I've not changed the bait on this closest rod. It's got the bluegill on it. I think I'm going to check it, put a fresh piece on it. It's probably washed out by now. I got a small piece on there. I'll probably put one more small piece, give it a little while. If it doesn't do any good, I'll bump up to a big piece. Let's see here. Sailor CB says, what are you using for bait? Sorry, I just kind of talked about that. I got bluegill on this closest rod to me right here. And then this rod, I think I'm touching it right there's got a night crawler on it. And this one right here is just a bluegill rig. Little bitty hook with some night crawler, just seeing if we can catch some fresh bait. That's the problem with these fancy fish finders now. They show you exactly how many fish you're not catching. Ain't that the truth, dude? Man, when you see them all over and they don't want to bite, it just drives me nuts. I'm gonna guess before I even try that this one's hung, just before I threw it. Yep. I knew it would be. I threw it in a snaggy area. That's the price you pay. You throw it in an area you know there's snags. You just gotta expect you're gonna lose it, you know. Always use chicken livers wrapped in pantyhose, says Sailor CB. Well, I have done that myself. And I used, a couple weeks ago, my wife made up a stink bake concoction of her own design. We wrapped it in some pantyhose, caught a few fish. I don't like messing with it though, honestly, it's kind of nasty. I say that as I'm messing with cut bait and night crawlers, which makes no sense, does it? No sense at all. I don't have the biggest hooks here. Got a 6/0. Our fish here isn't is not notorious for having the biggest fish. I mean, you'll catch some decent fish, a lot more small ones than you will big ones. So I go with a little bit smaller hook. What am I saying? I'm in Kentucky. You don't ever find big fish. Them big fish are notoriously hard to find around here. And I got a small piece of bluegill for bait. We're gonna try this. If this one doesn't work, we'll swap to a big piece. Let me get this one out and I'll come back. I'm gonna put it right back out there in Snag Central. You all know that's where the fish like to be. See you twitching. Well, right downstream of this. Tell you what's going on here in just a second. So I changed up weights there. Same weight. That far one now, I have been using just a bank sinker, but you know, smaller and more compact. And I put one of those pencil weights on it just now. Wait a minute, now it's running another way. Did it hit a different current, or what's it doing? Put you back over here. Y'all just gonna run it. Do what you want to do. I'll let you go right there. So I had been running a bank sinker, which is smaller and you know, kind of more compact. And I know the area I cast in, right in here, I tend to lose a lot of gear. So I put a pencil sinker on there, a long, slender one, hoping it would come out a little bit better if it got hung. Now, what in the heck? They're running opposite directions like crazy. They're crossing each other. I'm going to separate them. thinking that pencil weight, even though it's the same amount of weight as the bank cigarette was on there, it's longer, more slender, more distributed weight. May not be getting down the bottom quite as well because it's moving all over the place out here. We'll see how it goes. Let me get back here and check on chat. All right, let's see. Mike says usually fish paddlefish from March 15th through April 30th on the Osage River in Roscoe, Missouri and Warsaw, Missouri. I watched a YouTube video the other guy of somebody fishing for paddlefish on the Osage. Man, y'all get some big paddlefish up there. Big ones. Appreciate it, Sailor CB. Thank you for dropping by, buddy. Let's see. Josh says, just turned on another generator. I can tell, Josh. I said earlier that I could hear a difference. I knew that. I figured they'd done something there. Adrian Whipkey. Hey, buddy. Appreciate you stopping by. I think that's the first time I've seen your name in here. We have nothing yet. We've been here, 45 minutes. You'll see these poles bounce and jump a little bit. But if you don't see it start to bend over, it's not really a fish on there. We got a lot of bait stealers here. Something messing with that far one. It tried to bend. We got a lot of bait stealers in here and a ton of Asian carp that'll constantly hit the line. So unless it really moves, I don't usually jump up. Danimal, what's up, buddy? Long time no see. Last 3 or 4 paddlefish world records came from Keystone here in Oklahoma. I saw somebody recently, it's a guide. It was in Oklahoma. I don't know if it was Keystone or what lake it was on. But yeah, man, they had caught a boatload full of big ones. He had, I don't know, several people on the boat, 4 or 5 on the boat, and every one of them had a big paddlefish. I saw that twitch. Come on, just bend on over, and I'll get up. Josh Ryan Music, appreciate you stopping by, Josh. I don't believe I've seen you in here before. Says good luck. I can't catch catfish, so I bass fish. Well, that's all right. Fishing's fishing, buddy. As long as you're having fun and enjoying it. Adrian says, what bait are you using? This fishing pole, let's see, right here, closest to me. I think I'm touching the right one here. Has bluegill on it, cut bluegill. And this furthest one right here has a night crawler. Steve Hanna, hey man, good to see you. Hadn't seen you in a while. Appreciate you dropping by. The animal says it's a guide boat that's got the last multiple world record fish. I believe that's probably the guide boat I saw. Seems like I remember something about that guy. Did he catch a world record fish or one of his people just earlier this year? Yeah, appreciate it, Dan. Well, I hope we catch some fish too. Maybe. Last time I was here, caught a few. I mean, none of them were big. They were all little fish, but at least we were catching some. Caught the state record paddlefish at Table Rock Lake in Branson. No kidding. I've never been to Branson or to any of that area to fish. I'd like to go sometime. I watched Rustic Outdoors fishing on Table Rock one day. Last world record was caught in 2022. I got you. 164 pounds. That's a big honking fish, dude. Big old fish. The animal's your boy wearing that 4-wheeler out? If I remember right, didn't I see a video you got him a 4-wheeler for Christmas? Randy Rhino Outdoors, how's it going, buddy? Appreciate you dropping by. If y'all hadn't hit that thumbs up yet, be sure and do that for me, please. And fish, go ahead and bite the hook, please. I need a bite. Let's throw us back out for a bluegill. I said when I sat down here earlier, I felt it. I had an itch. Something was going to bite. It hadn't happened yet. I still feel it though. What's going to happen? The power of positive thinking sometimes leaves you without anything. Well, there's Anthony J all day. What's up, brother? Appreciate you stopping by. We've had plenty of little bait thieves and Asian carp smacking their lines. We've had all kinds of garb breaking the water here in front of us and haven't caught anything. But we have wasted some time. Let's see here. Trapper says caught 43-pound blue. Saw a possible state record blue catfish the size of a motorcycle. Holy cow. That's a big one. Learned how to do donuts and dress turns. He's a natural, not worn out yet. I bet he's having a ball on that thing. Oh, really, Trapper? Saw one that big at Kentucky Dam. That's a big old catfish. AJ Gasky, appreciate you dropping by, buddy. I don't believe I've seen you in here before, so we appreciate you hanging out with us. Anthony says at least it's not burning. Boy, that's the truth. It is pretty nice out here. The sun just come out, so I'm going to throw on my old man hat. He's only 7. Dog, hey, that's a good age to start him on those four-wheelers. I got my first dirt bike when I was 7. Got on it, rode it down the hill, and crashed into a fence first thing. Couldn't figure out how to stop. Oh, Mike says if you ever want to go snagging here in Missouri, he has a guide service. Well, hot dog. That's good to know, Mike. Appreciate that. Randy says his youngest started his first day of his senior year. Well, buddy, congratulations to him and to you. Senior year, that's a big one. Trapper says it came up 10 feet from the bank for 10 seconds. Had 3-foot whiskers. Holy moly. Just be sure you weren't smoking anything funny, right? Just be sure. I'm messing with you, dude. Mid-pole is dancing. Yeah, AJ. If you weren't in here earlier, I've told this 3 or 4 times, but this water is full of bait stealers, Asian carp, gar, and probably some guy down there diving, playing with my lines. But they'll bounce like that the whole time I'm here. If I don't see it bend on over, I'm probably going to ignore it. So, just so you know. Trapper says he has 3 witnesses. Doggone, that's a big fish, buddy. That probably would have been a state record. I don't believe I've ever seen one that big. That's a whopper. I went to the doctor for a follow-up on my burns. He said, looks like they're starting to heal. Refer me to a wound care. Start dealing with them. What happened to you, Daniel? I didn't know you got burned, buddy. I hate that. Getting burned's got to be terrible. Now go on. I see you're playing with it over there. Big old guard just came up to the surface over there. He's probably going to be up here trying to steal my bait. I saw that far one there. It actually looked like something tried to pull on it. I'm somewhere to stick this pole. Come on now. We need a fish. need a fish to start biting. I got 3 more bluegill to cut up for bait. That sun's going on. Need that hat. Come on. I see you. You're tightened up. Tightened up. Bend on over. Not gonna do it. Gonna tease me. The animal says the Harley Road King fell over on him while parking in the garage. Doggone, dude. Big old Harley Road King, huh? Man, that had to sucked. Nah, okay, bro, nothing yet. We're still just sitting here killing time, buddy. Appreciate you hanging out with us, though. Kentucky Lake says he still has my other hat in his truck. That's my lucky hat. That's why I'm not catching any fish. Josh got my truck, got my hat, got my lucky fish catching hat. But the last time I wore it, we drove 150 miles probably down to Reelfoot Lake in Tennessee to catch a little old bluegill. What? Trapper says, what are my rigs? I am just running, because normally I would run a 3-way rig. I say because, let me tell you, normally I would run a 3-way rig here. I got 30-pound test on both those poles. I would run 30-pound test to the 3-way. Then from the 3-way down to my weight, I would run a lighter pound test, like a 12-pound, so that when I get hung out here, because you know you're going to get hung on this riprap, all I would lose was the weight. I'd be able to get my hook in the 3-way back. Going out to my hook, I would run a 30-pound leader. I am out of swivels, so I just am running a sinker at the bottom. Sorry, I was watching here. That one, this closest one here, I thought might have had something going on. It looked like it was trying to tighten up and get serious there for a minute. Anyway, I just got a weight on the bottom. I'm running 4-ounce weights on both of these. This one closest to me has a pencil weight. The one farthest has a bank sinker. And then I do a dropper loop just to tie the hook on. Some people call it a Kentucky rig, a dropper loop. Just a loop about 2 foot up off the weight. He says, Mike says, if I ever come to Missouri snagging, look me up, can make your very first snagging video on YouTube. That's right, Mike. I've never, believe it or not, lived here at these 2 dams, Kentucky and Barkley Dam, all my life, and have never been snagging a single time. The animal says, wedge his foot under the floorboard with the heel against the exhaust, calf held against the air cleaner. Doggone, dude. That's rough. My best friend used to have a Road King that he laid down in some gravel. I hear Dominic or somebody up there hollering like they're catching a fish. I don't believe it, though. I don't believe it. You hadn't caught a fish. He had a Road King that he laid down in some gravel going around a curve. It was on blacktop. There was some gravel on it. What? How big is he? About a pound? Let's see. Trapper says, would I do a duck hunting video? Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing one. Believe it or not, I used to duck and goose hunt a lot. I had a duck hunting boat for the lakes around here, and then I was in a group of guys that leased a pit over in southern Illinois in around Mound City. And we just got to where we weren't killing many ducks. It was a lot of money to just go out and sit on the water. Josh says fish on. But did he get in the boat, Josh? Did he get in the boat? Dominic is a clown. Don't believe anything he says. Well, you heard me give him a little bit of crap there. Gotta give them some crap every now and then. Couple pounds. Woo! Get done cleaning him, and one of us will eat dinner tonight. Looked like my first rod bounced. Yeah, it probably did. Sucker. It's gonna try and rain a little bit. Sprinkling right on me. And they're both twitching away. Neither one of them wants to bend over though. Mike says that I can be his guest. Well, I appreciate it, Mike. You never know, I might make it up there sometime. Or over there. It's not up there, I don't guess. Over. Over, up, sideways, down, I don't know. Come on now. First one over there is trying to bend. If it's not a fish big enough to bend it over, I'm not terribly interested in you now. Come on. Dadgum bait tappers. Throw that one back out there. See if something wants to nibble on it. Misplaced country girl. How you doing there, girl? Appreciate you dropping by. That's another Kentucky lady. Appreciate you coming in to hang out with us for a little bit. Might be the current Crusoe number 2 move. Yeah, there is no telling. Current, Asian carp, bluegill, yellow bass, they're all out here messing with them. Oh, that right there. Every now and then something moves on this one. Looks like it wants to bend, but just can't quite pull it down. Something little messing with it. Oh, come on now. I see you trying to bend. Reel this one back in just in case. You just teasing me. I know what you're doing. Let me check it. Just be sure it's not a little one on there. A little bit of a steady bow on it. Yeah, something's been chewing on it. It's all chewed up. We're going to put it back out there. Just inside of that seat. Try that. It's on the bottom. Not very deep right there. Get bottom quick. I threw it right where the daggum riprap is. It's shallow right there. I don't know. It's probably not 10 foot deep. It didn't take long to hit bottom, but you never know. I threw it on the inside of that seam. Oh, there's a snake. He went under just as I pointed at him. Oh. Oh, that's a good tap. Anyway, that's what I just threw out. I threw it on the inside of that seam. I need to come down here and scan this area with my boat so I can understand what's on the bottom. It seemed like it was pretty shallow. Let me back up here, see if I can catch up with everybody. Misplaced country girl says she is hot and tired. She's been canning. So she's been over that boiling pot of water is what she's been doing. But she'll be the lady to know come about December or January when you want some good canned tomatoes, corn, green beans, that kind of stuff. I'm fishing at Barkley Dam on the Cumberland River. Will Ron, I appreciate you coming in, Will. I don't believe I've seen you in here before. If I have, and I'm forgetting you, sorry about that. These poles will twitch and bounce like crazy. There's all kinds of weird little swirling currents in here. There's Asian carp, bluegills, yellow bass, bait stealers of all kinds of nature. Asian carp like to bump into the lines. Let's see here. Mike says he heard that carp are really good catfish bait. You know, they say they are. I have not had good luck with it, but haven't done it a lot, to be honest with you. I need to try it more. I've seen on some videos where people catch them and use them for bait and do well. Kentucky Outdoors, which is that's a fish right there. That's a fish. Come on. That's what I say when we look for it to bend over. That's how you know you really got a fish in here. He's not very big. Woo! Woo! Fish on! I gotta give it to Dominic and Josh over there since they hard at me. They go, open your mouth. You're biting it. He doesn't want to open his mouth long enough for me to pull it out of it. I got my pliers here. That'll take it out whether you want it to or not, buddy. Open up. He was clamped down on that hook like no tomorrow. Ooh, he's so big we can't even get him all in the camera. I gotta back up. Woo! Look at that one. That's a big one right there, boys. Nah. 2 or 3 pounder. Let's put him back. All right, we might have learned something there. I threw that one in, if you remember, I said it was shallow. Put it this side of that current seam in the shallow spot. So maybe, just maybe, they're not very deep right now. I'll catch with y'all in chat here in a minute. Let me cut up another piece of bait. Ooh, that cooler smells lovely this time of year. And I just washed that thing this weekend. Let's see. I need to put that knife up against the stone bad. She's getting dull this time of year. But cutting that bluegill up adds a little flavor to it when I got to cut my sandwich later on or something, you know. That's what my wife says I do with it. She said, you're just trying to flavor that sandwich. I'm going to go back with a little bit bigger piece. It's not real big. Maybe the size of my thumb. See if a little bit bigger piece wants a little bit bigger fish, or vice versa. A little bit bigger fish wants a little bit bigger piece. Let's see, somebody was asking me earlier what my rig is. There you go. I got a dropper loop tied off of it, going down to a pencil weight on this one. Rolling riprap. acting like I landed on something's head. I'm gonna twitch right away. I'm gonna walk away. Yeah, come on. I'll just stand here if you want to take it. Be glad to catch a fish that way. There's definitely something pecking at that one. If it's a catfish, he'll take it down. All right, all right, all right. We're gonna learn today. Let's see what I missed. I'll chat here. Let's see. Let's see. All right, I believe I'm caught back up here to where I left off. This place country girl says she handed Danimal a jar of peaches with an X on it. Uh-oh. The X on it. Made medium salsa and peaches today. That sounds pretty doggone good. Go away, gnats. Dang gnats came after me after I cut up that bluegill. Let's see. Danimal no to the peaches. Dominic says he saw it. He saw it. Thank you, Adrian. Nice catfish. He's a little one, but he'll do. It's better than nothing for sure. If we were hungry, we would have something to eat. Let's see. Daniel says, did you have that hook cast 2 foot off the bank? Well, if you remember earlier, I said I casted this side of the current seam. It didn't go very far at all. I'm probably not 30 foot out, maybe 30 feet. Tomorrow is diced peaches, sliced pears, if you have enough mixed peaches and pears. That sounds good. I like me some pears. Ohio Bullfrog, what's going on, buddy? Appreciate you coming by. Dominic says that's about the size of the one he caught. For those of y'all that weren't in here earlier, Dominic and Josh, Kentucky Lake fishermen, are in the boat just right out there. The animal said dinky. Yeah, he's a little one. Let's see, you two confuse me. Dominic says, no comment, Mr. Denise. Dad, come, go away, gnats. All I did was cut up a doggone bluegill and y'all just swarmed to me. The animal says, need to buy some apples and pineapple and do some dehydrating. My wife likes dehydrated fruit. I'm not a big fan. Apricots, pineapple jam, plum jam. You got all the good stuff. Kentucky Lake says Dominic's fish was 10 pounds on the Walmart scale. Yeah, but I think he was probably pulling down on that fish while he was weighing it. I think I'm caught up. Y'all, I gotta go down here and wash my hands off. Since I cut that bluegill up, these gnats will not leave me alone. I don't know if that'll make a difference or not. Dadgum. They decided to swarm me all at once. Let's see. Jammed out for the year. Have one more to do, and that's jalapeno jam. I got a buddy who likes jalapeno jam, but I've never had a taste for it. Tried doing bananas once, but they didn't really want to dry out. Yeah, I'd say that'd probably be hard to do. Get bananas to dry out good. Come on, I see you playing with that piece of bluegill I put out. Well, come on. If another one will bite on bluegill, I'll pull that night crawler in and go straight bluegill. I've got the bluegill head left in here, good size when I put it on there. If I get another fish. Oh, now I see that. You're trying. This place says can't drive to Kentucky down by herself. It's too far. Yeah, it's probably, I know you're sort of central Kentucky, so you're probably a good 3 hours away, maybe. Maybe a little bit more. Now, I want to be glad when his kitten is out of her kitten stage. Let me tell you, I am animaled out. We've got more animals around our house than old MacDonald had on his farm. We have 5 dogs, 4 cats, I don't know, 10 or 11 chickens, 2 hedgehogs. We got animals everywhere. And I'm going to throw his bluegill rig back out here. Get that one close by. Current is moving so fast. It's odd here. The current's moving the opposite direction. Right where I'm sitting up here close to the bank. Comes off that current seam and swings back around. But it is moving fast. Now says got to come up with either 24-volt battery or two 12-volt batteries to run the motor guide, trolling motor, put on the bass raider. Got to build a deck to mount it up front and then make a rudder for the rear. Well, that sounds all right. What kind of, you got a special battery in mind? I've been seeing a lot of stuff about these guys going to these less expensive lithium batteries that are, like you can get one 24-volt lithium, I guess, for about the price of two 12-volt regular batteries or close to it. I don't know. I haven't had to replace any batteries, so I haven't looked at them serious, but sounds like they're getting the prices on them down where they're real reasonable. Got a mosquito bite on my jaw. It's driving me nuts. I can't believe I haven't caught a single bluegill along here. I really thought there'd be fresh bluegill to be found. And something else has changed. All the taps have slowed down. So, I'm going to guess the Asian carp are in here and they have moved out. That is my guess. Normally, I want to blame all the bad stuff on Asian carp. So if the Asian carp are driving me nuts, tapping on the poles, if my poles are tapping, I'm going to blame it on Asian carp. And Josh, what about turbine? Did they turn another one back off? Seems like current's died down a little bit. Animal says he hasn't really checked into the battery yet. I got you. Lots of options out there anymore. If you didn't see it, Josh, Weekend Angler, he did a video review on one. And who else? I saw somebody else did a review on one of those lithiums. I don't remember who it was. Oh, I think it was Dieter Melhorn, but his was a more expensive one. Josh's was one of the affordable ones. Oh, I got something. Got something here. I don't know what I got on this bluegill rig. Oh yeah, look at that one. Big old fat bluegill. That right there is what you need. You can make a dinner out of him just about. Pretty male. I'm gonna let him go. I got 3 others in the cooler. And we're not setting the world on fire catching fish, so I don't see really a reason to keep him. No need to kill him for the sake of killing him. If we were catching them so fast that we might be running out of bait, that'd be one thing. What kind of tangled up mess did I do to this thing just then? If I'm missing anybody up in chat, I'll catch up here in just a second. Let me fix my mess I made. How did I do this reeling him in? There we go. That one came all the way up there off a point. Let me catch up with y'all here. Josh says can't be prejudiced about Asian anything. Well, that's true, but them daggum Asian carp will drive you nuts in here. And Josh says they moved out of the current, so he's not sure what they're doing. I'm sure what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pinch off a little bit more worm and put on here. Let this one get back up there about that point. See if I can't catch me another big old fat bluegill. If I do, I'm gonna wish I kept that one. But that'd be a good dinner, a couple of them. Go. There we go, there we go. Come on, fish. We need a catfish. About a 15-pounder would make me happy. Am I gonna cast this or are you gonna bite? Guess I'm casting. Now let's see, did I miss anybody? The animal says, I love Asian women, the hot ones anyway. Well, yeah, that's all right there. I can't say that though, because I'm married. Gotta be hush. I can't say that stuff. She'll be whooping on me. All right, catfish poles, I'm starting to ignore y'all. I'm getting back up there where that big bluegill came from. We've hit a little bit of a lull here. We still got 13 people hanging out though. I appreciate y'all hanging out with us. about to get blind. I can't hardly see it. Bobber way up there now. Oh, there he is. Is he on there? No, he's not on there. Missed him. Dadgummit. All right, come on, man. Bend on over. I got something playing with it up there. Getting in the rocks. Nope. Almost had one there. That or hung on something. Don't think we have any Asian carp in Oklahoma yet, but you're not missing anything. Be glad you don't have them. They're a royal pain when you're trying to fish, and they just take over. I don't know what's on fire over there. I hope it's nothing major. That's over by No's Barbecue. You don't see the fire right there. Oh, don't do that, Kevin. Threw my weight off, or my worm off. I don't want my bell stuck. Well, I was expecting the fish to be biting this evening. I guess my expectations are not going to come to fruition. Says I hate how this vertical thing works. Every time I go to read or respond to a text and come back, I have to swipe up to another live and back in order for chat to come back. Really? I don't have that trouble on mine. Never tried carp, never even caught one, not even accidentally. One day I will try carp, though I hear it's not horrible. Yeah, I hear carp fishing can be a lot of fun. Oh, there's Mid-South. He is still around. We have caught one blue cat that was bigger than the one Dominic caught. I don't know. I messed with Dominic. I didn't even see his. But yeah, one blue cat. If something is pecking here, it tightens the line and pulls loose. Tightens and pulls loose. Something's picking it up, moving with it a little bit. But it's not big enough to bend it over. Adrian says, what is the most prized bait in your opinion? Well, in this part of the world, meaning Kentucky, kind of the south, southeast, skipjack seems to be it, if you ask most people. I found skipjack works really good on the rivers, not so good on the lakes. I mean, it works okay on the lakes, but I don't just knock them out on the lakes like I do, like when you fish the rivers. Bluegill works okay. carp they say works okay. But honestly, I catch more fish than anything just on a night crawler, I believe. Now, I didn't catch a lot of big fish. Oh, I done got hung up down there. I was worried I let it get in too close to the bank. I may have to go down and get it if it won't come loose. Oh, sorry, I got distracted when I got hung up down there, y'all. Let's see. Mid South says as long as you're ahead of Dominic, that's all that matters. I'm just messing with Dominic there, Mid South. I didn't even see his to know for sure. But he said it's about the same size. Animal says had his best luck with cut carp or cut bluegill. I've never used carp other than Asian carp, never used regular carp. Mid South said his most prized is a goldfish. I said don't have diamond fish. It all depends on where you live, where you're fishing. Many in the east you skipjack. And we have it in eastern Oklahoma. Stink bait on the lakes is go to for cooler full of channels. Oh, did I come loose? No, I did not. Y'all be right back. This is right up against the bank. I'm going to go get this one unhooked. Well, the catfish had the prime opportunity to bend the pole over and make me run on the riprap while I was down there, and they didn't take advantage of it. Yeah, I got myself hung right here where I'm sitting. Dadgum you. And I had to break it. It got stuck down in between two rocks. That's all right. We'll call that one done anyway. Let's see what I can catch up with here. The animal says he grew up on stink bait. Josh says fish on, huh? I'm going to fish on. That's right. I'm going to keep on fishing for a little bit longer. The animal says we're given a cheese bait a while back. Went to a small lake full of channel cats and couldn't keep a hook in the water more than 2 or 3 minutes. Dang. Josh says grew up on the Mississippi using stink bait all the time. The animal says Lake O'Fella in Oklahoma for me when he was younger. Doggone. Josh, I used that stink bait this weekend. Caught one fish on it. But wasn't nothing much biting. Caught that, there was a blue and caught it around the bridge piers down there off of the 68 bridge on Barkley Lake. There go those poles to twitching. So the Asian carp moving through, we actually got something wanting to bite or nibble or harass me. Which is it? You fella. You fellow. Ah, okay. Well, I was completely wrong. You fella. How about that? Lake You fella. All right. Country girl, we appreciate you coming in and hanging out with us for a while. Right there. I thought it was going to act like it had something playing with it serious. Wait, it was twitching. Let me check this and make sure nothing small there. Steady pull on this one. Of course, it's hung. I can tell it's hung. I'm gonna give her a little slack. See if something wants to pull it loose for us. That gum thing is hung. Oh well, I knew I was throwing it into the hang around area. Let's see. You're here says, am I fishing for a mermaid? Well, I better not. My wife probably wouldn't appreciate me bringing a mermaid home. I am fishing for catfish, though, if one of them wants to bite. So far, only one of them has wanted to bite. But we'd take two. Now, Josh, what happened to that fish on? I haven't seen or heard any woos. I haven't seen anything in comments. Did that fish on become a fish off? If y'all are hearing all that slapping, doggone Asian carp coming through. Rolling on the surface. Favorite movie of animals was Splash with Tom Hanks and Daryl Hannah. That's a blast from the past. I haven't seen or heard about that one in a long time. That's going way back. Josh says it came off close to the boat. Doggone. That poor woman, I guess Daryl Hannah is no prize these days. I don't know. I hadn't seen her. I bet she's pushing into her 60s, though. Wait a minute. I just almost said she's getting on up there, but I'm pushing on up into my 50s a little ways. But maybe I shouldn't say 60s is getting on up there. 60s is just right. Spring chicken size, spring chicken age. Josh, what am I seeing out there? Is that a log sticking up? Looks like something's sticking up out there. She's 63. Seen plenty of women in her 60s still want to wake up to the next morning. Well, that might be a true statement, I would say. But I guess she is no longer one of them. It's a log. Okay. Must be stuck. Doesn't seem to be moving. There you go. Asian carp, go away. I just saw him come up, and then there goes my pole twitching. That's him hitting it. Daniel said he's 44. Well, I'm 53. About to hit the big 5-4 in October. I guess I'm gonna check that pole over there with the night crawler. It's been out for a good 30 minutes on that night crawler. That's right, dude. I'm an old man. Old. fishing on credit. They done wiped me out. Here's what I'm gonna do though. I've got this bluegill head in here I'm gonna put on it. Let's see. Something don't wanna bite. See if a big one doesn't want it. There you go, boys. Put a big old bluegill head on there. See what that'll do for us. Oh, fish nest. Kevin Fish Nets. That's my new name. Fish nest. Bird's nest. What did I say? Fish nest. Kevin Bird's nest. Kevin. Oh, in right spot. There we go. That one ought to get us about a 20 pounder. Of course, I said that about an hour ago. You ain't lying there, Danimal, saying that rod's longer than my attention span. My attention span doesn't last very long at all. Daryl Hannah says she's heartbroken that Dan, let's see, was it that Dan doesn't want her. She said she would stay with Neil Young since she can't have Dan. Well, if I was Neil Young, I'd probably say you can go if Dan's who you want. Don't stay with me for no second place now. Not the only thing that doesn't last long, according to your wife. I'm 50 years old, 54. She don't even know. She don't even know. We're done too old for that anymore, you know. I don't know. I do have a birthday coming up. If she's watching in here, she's gonna whoop me. Right here done gone slack, but it was hung just a minute ago. What's it doing? Of course, I gave it a little slack earlier, in case something wanted to try and free it up for me. Well, whatever was burning has gone out already. The one I'm live streaming with Mid-South is an El Cheapo. It's a Samsung, and I don't know what model it is. I had an iPhone that I was streaming with, that I was fishing down at Kentucky Dam one day in a big strong wind, blew my tripod over and my iPhone went in the river. And I said, well, I don't think I want to spend the money for another iPhone to send back in the river. So I went to T-Mobile and got an El Cheapo that has a good camera, or seemed to have a good camera. Paid $200 for it. So that's about all I know to tell you. $200 Samsung El Cheapo model. I think it's got a pretty good camera though. It seems like the quality comes out all right. This other one here is my work phone. I get a very limited amount of data on it. It's an iPhone 15, but for some ungodly reason, my work only gives us 2 gigabytes of data. So I can read chat with it, but like I can't watch YouTube or anything like that on this. I'm not on Wi-Fi. I definitely can't stream with it. noise is on there. Something metallic sounding. Must be working on something up there at the dam. Of course, I am mostly deaf and can't hear out of either ear. Second rod over there. Yeah, that's the one I threw out with that big, with that bluegill head. It keeps twitching good. It doesn't want to go down. It's an annoying sound. I don't know what that is. Nope, I saw that. This first one here, line. Something, maybe something little on it. This first one, I don't know. It'll go slack and then tighten up. But it's hung, so until it moves itself loose, I can't help it. Yeah, had a good tug. I want to check this first one here. It keeps getting loose and then tightening up. I mean, I'll just have to break it, I'm sure. But maybe something's broke it loose. Anything on this? Oh, if you are pulse on that. I tell you, for 30-pound test, it seems like it takes more than 30 pounds worth of pressure to break it. Had Lord Kevin stand on this rock. Hello. What's going on, baby? You're on Bunny Rabbit duty? I don't know the answer for you there. You don't think she's been by to check on him? It's probably dead. Should be a button on the side you press and hold. Uh-oh, uh-oh. I thought I had a fish there for a minute. And I just realized it's 6:15. I'm not making my meeting, so I'm going to fish with it. I forgot all about it. Time slipped on by me. Yeah, it's an iPhone. It's one of them good phones. You don't believe that wife can't figure out my old iPhone. I'm lying, yeah. No, I've got the other one. I'm live on it. That Samsung. Yeah. Oh, I got you. You should be able to use the video camera off of it. You can turn it on. Oh yeah. Over on my side of the bed, there's that white charger. It's got USB on one. It's got USB on one end and regular iPhone thing on the other end. Oh, all right. All right. Have fun. Love you. Bye. All right. Sorry about that, y'all. Got sidetracked talking to the wife. I better check and see who I missed here. Thought I had a good fish. Gonna take that one down over there a minute ago. It's alive. Let me see if I'm on. Ooh, I missed. Had a good tug. What do you do on your own time? It's your own business. Dan, that's right. Dan had a good tug a second ago. I see what you're saying there, Mid South. I see what you're saying. Don't be starting troubles. Well, boys, when I caught that other one earlier up shallow, I thought I may have figured out where they were going to be, but it has not worked out that way. Not in the biting kind of mood. Now, Josh told me if I come down here, I'd catch 30 fish this evening. He done give me bad information. I bet I got the wrong bait. Oh, I saw that. Questions. Night crawler on this hook or another piece of bluegill? What do y'all think? Night crawler or bluegill? I'm thinking I'll try night crawler. It is getting bite 30 out here. It's time. And everything bite a night crawler. Shad, according to Josh. Of course, he's done caught 17 on his shad tonight. Yow, about to stick myself with this hook. I really thought this bluegill would do the trick this evening, y'all. I went down to the pond or watershed and got eat up with bugs to catch these bluegill. Animal has some crappie in the freezer waiting on you to ever get out again. Ooh, that crappie in the freezer wouldn't last long around my house. I'd have to eat that. Alright, stay on the feet, kid. Straight up and down. Not sideways. Alright, where are we going to throw? Right out there. That's where you need to put that long shot on it. Take the water too. Doggone rocks or something. All right, that one's a little bit different spot than I've been to. That one's way out there, other side of the seam. Come on now, get some action right away. We'll take it. Jan. Hey, Jan, how's it going, man? Appreciate you stopping by, hanging out with us. Let's see both of them. All right. There we go. Appreciate you for dropping in, checking out the channel. That may just be moving, trying to find a spot on the bottom. But again, I put one of those pencil weights on it. It may have a little trouble finding home down there. The animal says they're only bait size. Bait size crappie around here will land you a ticket. You cannot use crappie for bait in our part of the world. I hear they're good bait. I watched a kayak catfish one day. Justin dropped down I bet it was a 11 or 12 inch crappie. And that just hurt my soul to see him use that for bait. That one I threw out down there, and it's already made itself way up here against the current somehow. Adrian, how many have you caught? He left for a minute. We've only caught one, Adrian. Well, take that back. We caught two. We caught one catfish. I don't know, 2 or 3 pound blues, all it was. And then I had a bluegill pole I was throwing out, and I caught a good fat bluegill. I was going to keep him, but I decided to throw him back. I need to kill him. Oh, that's a fish. That's me falling down. I thought it was a fish. Yeah, it's a fish. He's a little one. Or he's running right at me. Little bitty one. Doggone riprap rolled on me. I thought I was gonna fall and bust my butt. Y'all would have got a good laugh out of that. Hold up now. I don't want your little butt to go finning me. Boy, that's a whopper right there. Woo! That's a big one, boys. Skinny little blue cat. Little bitty fella. Let's put him back in the water after we harass Don. Don't be chewing on him. Let me get this bait fixed up and back out, then I'll catch back up with y'all, chat. Well, let's go right back out there where he came from. Piece of riprap right there is gonna break my neck. All right, let's see. See if I missed y'all. Let's see. Crappie for bait is legal in Oklahoma, huh? It's legal down in Tennessee too. That's not far from us, but they greatly frown upon that in the state of Kentucky. Josh says that's as big as his fish tank fish. But I bet it's bigger than the biggest fish he's caught tonight. 20 pounder, that's right, Dominic. 20 pounder is a hoss. What you told him your first night in county. Not quite sandwich size, just slider size. That's right. Not even messing with size, Mid-South. Oh, messing with it again down there. I may finally be starting to find where they are. Yes, I'm definitely messing with it. I need to pull in that bluegill head and throw him way down there if I can. If he's not hung. We'll see. Give him just a little bit longer. We got 14 people hanging out with us. I appreciate y'all hanging out this evening. Oh. Green giant. I thought I had a fish on there for a minute. You made me jump. Oh, Josh, I let him go. I'm not terribly interested in making to the record books. Appreciate that though. I might have something going on down there. I thought I did, but it eased up. I thought I was going to get a poll. Let me get back in the chat here. If I missed anybody. No, I hadn't missed anybody, I don't guess. Uh-oh. You let up. No. Thought he might have been on there. Just not want to take it. He's not doing anything. Oh, come back here, fishing buddy. Let me see if this bluegill head will come out. I may throw him out for you. I bet he's hung. Get up in there. Yeah, he's coming out. Oh, again, bird's nest. I gotta tighten that. Break it up. Sling it like that. And of course it's done. Well, we're gonna leave him out there. Egg, John. Well, I did it again. I'm a bird's nester. Made a mess of it. Dadgum, I meant to put that one way out there. Swung it so hard a bird's nested it and it fell short. Now it's hung. But maybe something up in this riprap will get it and get it loose for us. Oh, there we go. Maybe. It keeps acting like it's got a fish on it. But I get over here and it's not there. That rock is going to break my neck. I'm hung. Or is that a fish? It's not full. It's hung. Feels like it wants to go downstream on it. Shouldn't be hung that far out. Only snags way up there. Well, we'll let it ride. Get something to pull it loose for us. Dadgummit. Get on my last nerve. Excuse me. Am I buying supper? No, the wife has texted me with instructions to pick up supper on the way home. And what that means is code for, are you coming home yet? No, I'm just messing with you. She did not. Nope. I saw that. But she did tell me to stop and get something to eat on the way home yesterday. She said, on your way home tomorrow, get food. So I'm going to give her another 15 minutes or so. If we don't catch a fish, we're going to call it. I'm irritable with both of them. Got them both hung. That was pulling like it might have something on it. It might break itself loose. I think it's got a fish on it. Right here, we got a mink slipping up behind us. I don't know if y'all can see him. On my back over here. The pole goes down, I'll turn it back. Where'd you go, Mr. Mink? I've lost him now. He was sneaking down the rocks behind me. Well, I've lost him. Oh well, I'll turn this back around. Whoa, don't turn the camera over, doofus. When my daughters were little, we would fish on that other side to get away from the current. And there was a family of mink that lived over there. For several years, we would see them all the time. And my daughter would feed them minnows. She had them where she could toss minnows about 3 foot away and they'd come up and get them. This rock is getting hard on my butt. Adrian says, do I like fish sandwiches? Shoot, yeah, I like a fish sandwich. Not too shabby. Put a little bit of tartar sauce on it. Pickles. Yeah, I see you pulling over there. Come on, pull yourself loose if you're on there. You're not going to. Oh, there he is. There he is. Let's come down here. There you go. Y'all saw him for a little bit there, probably. Right down here. This other side of my fishing poles. I think he went down to the water. He's a quick little sucker. He moves faster on this rock than I do. Well, I'm a nosy Rosie now. I want to know what was burning earlier. Hopefully it wasn't a building up there. Jason Mead, good luck, bud. I was there just yesterday. Caught 78 blues between Friday and Saturday. No kidding. 78 blues right here at Barkley. I've been hearing they've been good, but doggone, they're not good for me this evening. Josh and Dominic are out there on the boat. They're not doing too good either. Must be the bad time of day. Favorite fish to eat. Alright, got distracted by that rod. Crappie's hard to beat around here. Uh, there's another fish. I'm trying to think what you call it. Not walleye, sauger. We have sauger around here. I'm no good at catching them. But sauger is about the best I've ever had, but they just aren't real common around here, real plentiful, so you don't catch a lot, or I don't. So I have to say it's going to be crappie. I like catfish pretty well too. I just don't eat that many of them down here. There's so much pollution and stuff in these waters. You know, this water comes all the way down by Chattanooga, Nashville, Clarksville. I have to hit them both at the same time. They've been a lot. Well, there's that mink running down the rocks if y'all saw him. Lean back. I don't know if y'all can see him on there or not. If you're just tuning in, both of those poles are hung. I'm just leaving them to see if something wants to break them loose for me. Maybe get them out of the rocks. Jason, what were you catching them on down here? Shad? I've got bluegill on here now. I've been using skipjack, but skipjack I haven't been catching anything on skipjack. Of course, tonight I haven't caught much anything on bluegill either. That one says they have walleye, sauger, and sawguy. Never caught a single one of them here. They're all great eating. Yeah, man. It's a flaky white fish. It's hard to beat. I mean, if you had them side by side with crappie, I don't know if there'd be that much difference, but they're pretty dang good. Let's see. My phone says it's 6:39. We're going to go to 6:45. I'm getting hungry. If we catch a couple fish between now and then, I might be inclined to stay later. Josh says we'll meet you at the steakhouse. Man, I wish. I gotta head to the house. Pick up some grub on the way. Jason says my uncle called them hummingbird livers, strawberry chicken. So you were catching them on strawberry chicken, huh? Did you catch much of any size? Oh, 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 oh. Looking at the camera and the doggone pole bends over double. It's still hung up. I think there's a fish on there. No, I'm not gonna break it. I'm gonna give him time. Give that pole some slack. Give it some slack and give it some time, and maybe he'll pull it loose. The most weight pays for supper. I don't know about all that, saying all that. I think Dominic's was probably bigger than mine. Dadgum. I don't know if y'all saw that. I was watching the camera and saw it just bend over. And it's hung up. I'm the most weight with my 20-pounder, huh? I hear you. Mine was so big you couldn't get it all in the camera. I had to back up from the camera just so y'all could see it all. All 3 pounds of it. All right, fish, you got 3 minutes to get yourself loose. There's a fish on that pole, which I think there is. You got 3 minutes or I'm going to break it off. Hey, Big Mike, how's it going, buddy? Appreciate you stopping by. We've caught 3 whoppers tonight. One blue weighed maybe 3 pounds. One blue weighed maybe 8 ounces. And a big old fat bluegill. And that far pole's got one on it that almost had it doubled over just a minute ago. At least that's the way it looked to me while I was looking at the camera. But he's hung. So I've got him loose, hoping that fish will work his way loose. Adrian says, what's the most fun fish to catch over here? Well, it depends on what you're after. Catfish is going to be the biggest fish we've got around here, which is what I'm fishing for today. In my opinion, it's a lot of fun. But if you're a bass fisherman, it's hard to beat a smallmouth bass around here for the size. You get a lot of bang in a smallmouth bass. Of course, we got some stripes that are a lot of fun to catch too. Speaking of which, I just had some stripes bust right here in front of me. And I didn't bring a stripe lure to save my life. Adrian, where are you at? Mike, we have, I guess they're called lake sturgeon here. I've never caught one, but we have them. I've seen I saw a guy catch one at Kentucky Dam one day, like 3 footers, something like that. Not real big ones. Ashley, how's it going, girl? Appreciate you stopping by. We're actually just getting close to wrapping her up here. We caught 3 fish this evening, and got 2 poles that are both hung up. One of them, I think, has a fish on it. And we've got a mink running around in the background. Every now and then you'll see him running around on the rocks. So we've got all kinds of activity going on. Hey, there's Scotty. What's going on, buddy? Appreciate you checking in. Seven-footer swim between your legs at Chickamauga. No kidding, dude. They may be that big around here. I don't know. All I've ever seen is the one that I saw a guy at Kentucky Dam catch. I had no clue we had those fish around here till he caught it. He caught it on a night crawler. Mike, you caught a nice fish this weekend. It looked like looked down and petted it and went between your legs. The question would be though is what were you petting between your legs? Bumping from the bank with a 14 footer. You know, I have seen you do that, and I have seen what's his name, River Lunacy. I'm drawing a blank on his name. There you go. Whatever his name is. I've seen both of y'all do that bumping from the bank. I can't get the hang of it. I've tried it. I can't make it work. Well, I said I was going to shut it down at 6:45, but I'm still going. So I guess I'll sit here just a little bit longer. I have high hopes that far one will get itself loose. I know there's a fish on there. The way it bent over. Dominic says go to the Perry, Kentucky Dam and bump. I've tried it there. Haven't had the best of luck doing it, but I have tried it a little bit. There's my old lady, y'all. I'm gonna get her one of those biker leather vests that says property of on the back, with my name on the bottom, and old lady on the front. What do y'all think about that? Check my other phone. I can't check my other phone. I am live actioning on my other phone. But I am about to wrap it up here. I'll check it when I get done. I said I was going to quit at 6:45 and got a good. I think I've got a fish on that far pole that's hung. I'm waiting for it to get itself unhung. Miss South, I think you told your wife she was your property, you'd end up dead. I hear you. Well, the thing is, she went to this biker event this weekend, hanging out with bikers as her kind of people. I'm joking. I'm messing with her. There was a motorcycle. There was an accident where a motorcycler and his woman, she died, and he was in real bad shape. And their club is up there close to us, and they were having a fundraiser. So I told her that we would go by there and buy a plate. They were selling food and all that. I said we'll go by there, but I'm gonna have to get a property of shirt for you and old lady patch and all that kind of good stuff. If she's wanting to live the biker life, you got to live it right. Oh, Mike says when he caught that one this weekend, he was fishing off a pier, cast it out 150 yards, and let it drift way out. What'd you do? They might just bump it on the way back in, I guess. Adrian, I have not fished off bridges since I was a teenager. Way back then, we used to fish some creeks off of bridges. but we don't have any good places to fish the river off bridges. She keeps this up, I'm gonna have to end my live now. There's Anthony J all day. He's been lurking in the background. Yeah, around here they are, aren't they, Anthony? Bridges around here are a whole different animal than they are other places. The water here, for the most part, fluctuates so many feet up and down. The bridges are way up in the air. Oh, Tony's been on the phone, huh? Yeah, we're gonna give her just a couple more minutes. I don't think whatever's on that far one, if it's still on there, is gonna get it loose. I haven't seen it moving in a while. So the fish, if there was a fish on there, he may have got himself loose. And my belly's growling. Oh Lord, that's an old phone. I don't know what the password is. Let me send you a couple to see if some of these work. Oh, you messaged me on this phone. I thought you said the other one. Let's see. Try that one or that one. Try one of those two. See if those work. Oh, that was done bent over. Dadgummit. I was doggone worried about sending her a password and my fishing pole was bent over. Dadgum. That's twice that's happened. I've been preoccupied. I'm just gonna leave y'all chat alone. I see how you doing me. Let my wife come in and I see how you are. I better check. See if I got a fish on. Maybe I got an inflatable fish. Still on. I think I might have something on here. For a minute I did, and I was going slack. I don't know what I've got going on. Oh boys, I got a big one. I knew I had something going on my pole. wife's favorite fish right there. Drum City. Let's see, did she leave? She gonna miss it out. Yep, she missed it. She loves them doggone drums. Oh, come on, come down there. I knew he'd get me loose eventually. At least I hoped he would. That's a big one, y'all. Big old Drum City. Let's let him go. He's not too lively. He may have been on the hook a while. Yep, he's going on. Now, let me check this up. I'm gonna say it's been something on that one, rubbing it on the rocks. It did not take much to break. Got my hook back. Well, this is the one that had that big bluegill head on it. It is gone. And where the line broke was not very far below the hook. I'm gonna say that weight was probably stuck in the rocks, and rubbed my line on the rocks, and that's why it broke so easy, because it broke too easy. Oh yeah, that line is all rough up and down through there. Well, I think I had something on there at one point. What's going on here? Clean this worm off. Oh, I forgot for the boys out on the water. Woo! Caught that big one. Gotta let them know when I caught a big one, you know. Just to harass them a little bit. Big drum. Let me see if I missed anybody down through here. Oh, I done messed myself up. Yep, just sealed the wind with the drum. That's right. Drum was icing on the cake. Getting dark and my belly's growling. I'm reading backwards here. Let's see. I guess I caught everybody there. Josh says they're heading in 5 minutes. Well, y'all, I'm going to call her a night. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me as long as you did. I've been on here for 2.5 hours. That's a marathon for me. I don't usually make it that long. But I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. We did catch a few fish. We didn't set the world on fire, but at least we caught a few. And I will probably be back here tomorrow afternoon. So we'll see. My plan is to come back tomorrow afternoon and fish. So we'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good one.